All right, so you are a local service-based business owner and you have been posting content consistently on social media, but you haven't seen any customers from it, or you've seen very little customers from it, not as many as you'd like to. And there may be a few reasons as to why that is. Now, before I dive into all of this, I just want to make sure that we're on the same page here in that my videos and what I teach is not designed to make you go viral, be famous, have an organic beast machine where you have a ton of followers. That's not really the goal in terms of, how I view social media, especially if you're a local service-based business owner. I think your goal is primarily just to get customers and people who want to use your services. You don't really care about, virality. You don't really care about being famous. This is, I'm just guessing. And if that is the case, I do have some advice and tips and strategies that you can implement into your Instagram and social media strategy that might help you because you might be a little bit confused and wondering, why am I posting every single day? Why am I posting consistently and not seeing any benefit from it? Because I have been there, and that's a really frustrating place to be because that's a massive time investment to consistently create organic content and not see customers come through the door from it. So before we get started, I just want to cover there are two types of content on Instagram. You have organic content and paid content. Organic content, you just post and you push out for free. It just is an investment of your time, which is actually a big investment if you're a business owner. And there is paid content, and that is where you put a post out and you boost it, or you do a ad campaign through Meta Business Suite. And posting organic content as a local service-based business owner and trying to get local customers is very, very challenging. Now, you might have seen people blow up organically in your niche, in your industry. However, if you were to talk to them, I would probably bet you that they don't get a majority of their customers from their organic viral niche content. And the reason as to why that is because you're the one that's watching their content. It's when you're posting, like, okay, let's say you're a landscaper and okay, there's this really funny landscaper that I've been following recently. I think his name is like Brett Ergen. I don't, I'm gonna botch his name, but he posts hilarious videos and he's gone viral. He probably has 100,000 followers. The thing is the content that he posts is hilarious, but it's not really. If I had to bet, I don't think the customers that he's getting are coming from his organic posts. They might be, but that's not really the most efficient strategy in terms of getting local attention. And he's one of one. You know what I mean? Like this is not me dissing on his strategy. He is hilarious and I love his videos. But this is just me saying that you don't have to rely on virality and getting a ton of followers to get new customers on social media. That is not really the most efficient way to do it. I'm kind of yapping and you're probably like, get to the point, dude. The best way to do it is to have a local ad that is high quality, that brings in people locally and grabs their attention, brings them over to your page. And then once they come over to your page, they see more content where you have that trust building content where you're talking to the camera, where you're talking to them about your services. So if you're kind of one of those people that have been posting, front-facing content where you're talking about what you do, you're talking about your process, you're talking about how you can help customers, you're giving tips in your industry, that is great stuff. And you're probably like, I've been doing that. Why am I not getting more customers? Well, that's because that's kind of middle of funnel. It's really, really hard to get that out to new people consistently. It's kind of a middle of funnel tactic. And it's not kind of, it is a middle of funnel tactic. And paid ads is that top of funnel where you can consistently get people over to your page where they see that middle of funnel content. And then you have to, that's not the end of it. You have to have conversations and build conversations in the DMs to actually, get people through the doors. So if you're just posting organic content on social media, in my opinion, I think you're missing some very, very large pieces to your strategy to get people into the door. And it would serve you very well to try out a high quality ad where you're calling out your customer in the very first couple of seconds and you're getting them over to your page, and then you're nurturing them with that organic content, and then you have your conversations in the DMs to bring them through. That, in my eyes, is if you're just a scroller locally, that's what I would want. You might be wondering, all right, so I need a paid ad to get local attention. Well, how do I do that? I got you. What you need to do in the first couple of seconds is call out your customer. So let's say you're a pressure washer in Fort Collins, Colorado. What you want to do is, hey, Fort Collins homeowners, you know this feeling when you walk outside your door and you see your driveway that looks dusty and dirty and gross and grimy and whatever you want to say. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. Like, you get their attention by calling them out. You don't say, oh, we're so-and-so pressure washing and we can wash your... No one cares. No one, genuinely. Like, they care about themselves. I'm sorry. I wish it worked that way, that people just magically showed up at my door and wanted me to make videos and grow their business for them. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You have to capture that attention, and then after you have it for a little bit, then you can explain how you help after you grab that attention. So just don't be selfish in the first couple seconds. Talk about your customer, not you. So to cap this all off, if you're posting consistent organic content, you are on the right track. I don't want you to see this video and be like, I'm so far behind. I don't have the strategy and the ads and all that stuff. No, you're on the right track. You have the foundational pieces for implementing those additional pieces. You just have to tie it all together. You know what I'm saying? With a nice little bow and I don't know what I'm saying, honestly, but it's about time we wrap this video up. I need some food. Catch you in the next one.